Hi there.
Oh, Matt.
We're starting again. I forgot to install ad blocker, and I forgot that the top ad on incel websites was for porn, of course.
Specifically Gumtree for a snoo.
Snoo snoo.
It's sex. It's a Futurama reference.
Okay. Well, that's just confusing. Well, maybe it's confusing to me because I'm tired. I'm slightly autistic. I don't understand these things.
Are you?
I am slightly. I take people literally when I shouldn't.
That's what I do.
Well, you're probably.
Is that autism?
It can be a symptom of it, yes. Not on its own. I'm being a bit dramatic, but I do think I'm somewhere on the spectrum, yeah, if I'm honest.
Well, isn't everybody somewhere on the spectrum these days?
What the hell does that mean?
It means a lot of people, mostly everybody's got a bit of it in them.
Well, I think everyone is somewhere on the spectrum, yes, but not these days, Ziggy. It's not like we weren't before.
I can't
I
say
don't know what you're talking
in
about.
general, because what about ye olden times? Was people autistic back in Shakespearean England?
Probably. See, the point of the spectrum is that everyone has varying degrees of social issue. To the point where some people on the scale have no problems, and some people on the scale completely can't talk to people. Yes, I think that's always been a thing. Probably, I don't think that's a modern phenomenon. Why would that be? Why would that be a modern phenomenon, Ziggy?
Well, I guess it's because it's becoming more well known these days.
Well, that doesn't mean it didn't exist in Victorian times, though, does it? It just means we didn't notice it or have a name for it.
Yeah. I mean, it's a little different than back then. Back when I was a young boy.
Right.
I mean, I myself could be autistic, but
okay,
the doctors never picked up on it. So
well, that's my point.
Yeah.
That's my point. Yeah, it was still existed. It was still a thing. Just we didn't have names for it or proper diagnosis. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
This has already been derailed. Right.
It was derailed when you didn't put that ad blocker on there.
I see. We've already tried this once before, and then I accidentally put porn on the stream, so I had to start again and delete everything. Please don't ban us, Twitch. Please, we're good people, really.
Yeah, we just muck up a lot.
I installed AdBlocker weeks ago in preparation for this, and I literally uninstalled it yesterday. Cause it was no, actually, I uninstalled it this morning because I was trying to watch that anime you told me to watch.
Hey,
Sugar Happy Life.
Happy Sugar Life.
Yeah, I saw it.
The episodes there.
I like the idea. I don't like how they did it, to be honest. Because I don't think it's a spoiler to say there's a twist and it's a dark kind of it's a dark take on the kind of lolly anime, isn't it? It starts. It was very skeezy at first. I was really worried why you recommended this to me.
Wow.
As a young woman, she had a very young, like the girl that the main character was already about 15, and then she had a girl in her apartment that's about 8. But the story properly starts with her talking to a man, and the man goes, "Oh, will you go out with me?" And she's like, "Oh no,
I love someone else.
Yes, my heart already belongs to another," and it implies that it's this little girl, and you're like, "Oh my God, Ziggy, what have you got me watching?"
Love, Matt.
No, but that's heavily
I know it's heavily implied
that scenario.
It's something else, but it's meant to be familial love between sisters.
I'm sorry, I can't have sexual relations with you because I have familial love with the girl that I've trapped in my apartment.
Purest love. So sorry, guy.
But the twist is, it's dark retelling because she's actually fucked in the head and a very calculated, mean person, despite her wonderful sugary outside. And that's a cool idea, but there's a reason stuff like Doki Doki Literature Club waited 5 hours before they threw the dark twist at you. They want to actually build up the characters, establish a universe, and give you opinions on the characters before you twist them. They don't do that in this anime. They just go, "Here's a character, she's doing this thing, now she's getting a job, now the job's hard because her boss is a bitch, and oh, she's evil now." And it's like, I don't know this person. I'm not really emotionally invested properly to...
I guess they got to draw people in with their first episode. I mean, if they slowly built it up, then I guess people would lose interest within the first 2 episodes.
That's what they did with Madoka Magica, and it's a fucking classic that everyone loves. So, no, that's not true, Ziggy.
I'm trying to get into the mindset of these guys, Matt. Come on.
Well, no, that's fair. You're trying to justify it, but I just think... I mean, it might improve. I get it. I mean, it might just be a new way of telling this sort of story, but I prefer to get to know the characters and establish something before we start going, "And now it's dark and mean." To me, it seems more like melodrama if you haven't properly laid out the foundations for the story, because I don't properly care.
Oh, man.
It was a very classic case of show rather than tell rather than show.
Yeah.
To me, I'm afraid. I like the idea though. I do like the style of it. The art's good.
Yay.
We're derailed again. Shit, we're just warbling. Shit. How long have you been wasting time?
So many times. I'm surprised this train is on the track.
I know, right? The plan was we're going to do a bit of an art stream. We're going to do a casual art stream, but I can't be bothered to do a bloody art roulette thing today. We'll just do what we feel like doing. Then we'll. But before we do that, we're going to read through the Incel website for a bit, just to get an insight into this weird little world.
No, I do not know what this Incel thing is.
Right, Ziggy's never been on this website. Okay.
No.
So Incel was a term invented, I believe, by a bisexual lady back in the very early 2000s. Yeah. Or even earlier than that, I believe. I might be wrong there. Do double check that on Google. Basically, because she was just lonely. She couldn't get a partner, so she started a little sort of support website for lonely people who can't get laid.
That's me.
Yeah, but it's morphed into this slightly scary new sort of movement that's kind of jumped on the kind of MGTOW and men going their own way sort of movement, and it's become a bit of a toxic thing, if I'm honest.
Oh no, we can't dive into the toxics. We'll get ill.
Well, I'm very interested. I want to get a bit of an insight into these mindsets without being wholly mocking and mean about it. I don't want to do that.
We're never that.
Because I think in my early 20s I was a bit of an incel, to be honest.
Am I an incel?
Well, only you can tell me that, Zig. I don't know. Are you?
I don't know.
Well, incel isn't just not getting laid anymore. It's also it's a very we'll get to see. These young men really do have this mindset that they're going to die alone, and that they have, like, it's low self-esteem to the extreme.
That does sound like me.
Oh no. Okay, Ziggy might be an insult. So there you go. We got the internal view as well. But also, you don't congregate in these mass groups that also sit in kind of bathe in your own loathing. You know, that's what these guys tend to do a bit, as we'll see when we read a bit of it.
I mean, I do have my down days, but mostly up days.
I mean, what's his name? Elliot Rodger. I believe they cite him as an incel. That's the mindset I'm talking about, where it's so bad you are really in a bad mental place, you know. I definitely had an Elliot Rodger-esque kind of attitude when I was in my 20s. I would look at other couples and be like, oh, why is she with him? He's a dick. I don't know him. But he's a dick, and I'm perfect, and I should be with them, and it's annoying.
Oh, with them specifically, or with
the
someone?
The girl. in my head at the time.
I'm not like that.
These days, I'd be with them, sure. Do it. All of them.
All of the guys, well.
All of them. But no, back then I very much had this mindset that I was perfect and wonderful, and a girl would be amazingly lucky to be with me.
Well, I have seen his earlier pictures. He's not quite wrong, though. Never gonna let that go, that photo, Matt. Never let it go.
Okay. Ziggy's seen a photo of me from the past. He thinks I'm some kind of beautiful authority, which I wasn't really, but I just didn't have a mucky beard, and I didn't have to.
She looks so different.
Yes, I've become a hippie since then. I don't know. I don't like the implication that I used to be beautiful. That's the implication. That's where this always goes when Ziggy tells me these things.
When you were younger, you were superficially beautiful. Now you're all beautiful.
Okay, buddy.
Like Killer Croc says, you're beautiful.
Did he say
Suicide Squad.
That old saying that everyone loves and adores. Thanks for that reference, Ziggy.
Think like Killer Croc.
Fuck Killer Croc. Fuck this reference, Ziggy. Seriously.
Killer Croc, despite Suicide Squad, is a decent fellow. He married a killer whale lady. It's in the comics.
I'm trying to give everyone an insight. I'm trying to give everyone a psychological insight into my past and my inceldom, and you're just going off on some Killer Croc bullshit. What the fuck, Ziggy? Yes, I had a very negative mindset that I think in itself probably resulted in me being single.
How negative? Like
what I just described, I'm the best, but really when a girl talks to me I fall apart because I'm so nervous and anxious that I can't really deal with it because of the pressure, if you constantly think about your singledom, it puts pressure on yourself, doesn't it?
It always does.
I'm better these days. Like I'm not swimming in pussy, but now and again I get interest. So I've kind of resolved that.
He gets play. He gets mad play occasionally.
Yeah, now and again. So, you can move beyond that. That's the message I want to get across here. Is that the problem with these sort of websites is they all seem to think that it's a permanent thing, and they all encourage each other to think that as well. Like there's even a negative name for people who want to improve themselves. If one of them starts going to the gym and talking about it, they get quite negative about that. So, I can't remember the name for it now. It's negative. It's disparaging. Like how dare you try to better yourself and get counselling and think about your social issues? How dare you? No.
How dare you?
That's not how this works.
Stay in the pit with us.
Well, exactly. That seems to be their mindset. It's scary and depressing.
I guess that's why I never found this incel.
No. So let's have a read. Let's see. Right, black pill.
To IT.
So a black pill is a bit like a red pill. The red pill is from the Matrix. I'll show you what's real. The red pill. The black pill is so real it hurts. So real it's like suicide fuel.
Jeez.
So this will be a
but
fun
why call
place
it the
to
black
start.
pill?
Okay.
I don't know. That seems very iffy.
Well, it's kind of emo. Oh, the blackness, all that stuff.
Okay.
So it says, learn from Nietzsche. Who fights with monsters should look to it that he himself does not become a monster. And if you gaze long into an abyss, the abyss also gazes into you.
That's deep.
Okay. I do like that quote.
But make friends with the monster. Yeah, accept it.
So that's another angle on the philosophy, I suppose. But it's true. Also, yeah, you can become the monster. I like that. But so it says, if IT, I don't know what IT stands for. Shit. So, but if IT are incels in denial with a strong blue pill mentality, who is afraid their blue pill worldview is in danger by us? This is just your defense mechanism for rejecting the black pill, and as time goes, you will slowly become black-pilled whether you like it or not by lurking on incel websites.
Okay.
If, however, you are good-looking normies, chads, then...
That's us!
then at least consider this quote. You will still become black-pilled the way harder for this category, because you don't take us seriously or don't bother at all.
Yeah.
At least, please learn from us and don't become like us, monsters.
Wow, the pit analogy really is.
Do you see what I mean? It's
geez.
It's almost vicious. It's like, you will be as depressed as us too.
Join us.
And you'll become like us, but we're the worst. Leave us alone, or you are just a bunch of hypocrites thinking you are morally better than us while slowly becoming corrupted. If you don't stop posting to IT after reading this, we need to find out what that is. Yeah. And then I have nothing else to say, as time itself will do its thing. This, however, does not apply to us, or the blue pill, because we have been blue-pilled before our whole life and came to the conclusion of the black pill. And as being black-pilled and reading blue pill after blue pill after blue pill, this will not help us become blue-pilled, as we will still one day become black-pilled again when we face harsh times, for the black pill is the truth. So this is a normal thing posted by an individual.
Guy with too much time in his hands.
Yeah, that's what a lot of times it seems like guys who don't get out enough. This is very. I hope.
This is very inward.
Yes, it's dramatic and inward looking. And I am the monster, but you will be the monster. I mean,
it's like a Final Fantasy villain.
It is a bit. Yeah.
Is this what Sephiroth would type?
I think some research was done, and the one consistent thing with sort of incel characters like this is that they all often play World of Warcraft. Which kind of figures,
This should not demonize World of Warcraft.
Not
World of Warcraft is not the cause of this.
Mm-mm.
It's just.
But if you're in this mindset, that game will not help you. A game that consumes you and almost becomes like a job in its way, being in guilds and stuff, could take over your life.
Just have to get out,
We need to find out what IT is. IT sounds like another forum or something that they're beefing with at the moment.
Beef within these things?
IT will ignore this one dude, not crazy enough. So I think maybe they're talking about people like us. Maybe it might be something like us, where tourists do wander into this forum just to see how crazy the crazy people are.
Incel tourists. That would make sense.
Yes. Hey. Incel tourists.
Oh, see, we found it.
Incel tour. Well done, buddy. Well done, buddy. Yes. So that's exactly what we're doing.
What the heck?
What was that?
I think we should. No, don't look at that comment.
Yo, shit, bro. I'm about to fucking come.
God dang it.
I think there's a lot of trolls on this website as well.
Why? Oh,
this is very 4chan adjacent, I think, as well. I think a lot of these guys do.
Why guy in Japan being confronted by a girl?
Okay, let's try that.
That seems. Oh, there's a video.
Okay. That's interesting.
Should we?
Yeah, I'm scared of what it might happen.
Let's not.
At least one of these was like an attempted rape I watched recently.
What the heck?
Yeah, it was horrible to watch. And they were kind of mocking the girl. It was really gross. I don't want to find that thread again, but that's how dark the Incel website can get. Let's play it. And if it's... I'll cut it off if it's really bad, and we'll just delete the stream again.
Looks like we're the monsters, Matt.
She wants to know if she has what it takes, if she is cute and pretty enough for this white man.
Trust me, girl. That kind of standard doesn't count.
Stop. Am I cute or beautiful for you?
I'll tell you tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Why? You say right now.
今酔っ払ったから、そう、
No,
I won't tell you.
No, you have to say right now.
No, I'll tell you tomorrow.
No, you have to say right
Why?
now.
Why?
Why? I don't know why.
Am I handsome? Am I cute or pretty for you? Really? I'm cute?
No, me.
What about me?
No, me.
What about me?
What about me?
Me first.
This is it.
Okay, I'm a little cute.
A little bit cute. You're also a little bit cute.
Oh, really?
Did you say fuck me?
No.
Did you say fuck you? Did you say so?
No, I'm so sorry.
Why?
No, I'm so sorry.
Why?
Kind of kidding.
Oh, that I'm a little cute?
No, very cute.
I'm very cute. You're very cute.
That poor guy. No.
Yeah.
I can't.
You say stop it.
Oh, God, that was horrible to watch.
I warned you, Matt.
Well, it wasn't even like I thought it was going to be extreme or nasty or gross, but no, it was just a guy being really awkward. I assume a white tourist talking to a Japanese person. It was really fucking cringe. So, okay, so what was the comments then? Alright. She almost looks white. If she were in America, I would F her brains out. But knowing how I feel about foreigners, ethnics, immigrants, go to Europe and use their status to cuck European men, I could not in good conscience do the exact same thing to Jap men.
There's all kind of things wrong with that.
Yeah, there's a lot to unpack there, isn't
there? Donkey Punch Y.
Oh, God. His name's Donkey Punch as well. You know what that means, don't you?
Yeah, I saw the movie.
Jesus. There's a film about it? Fuck.
Yep.
Okay.
That's why I learned the term.
What does JBW... my awful friend who likes that sort of humour makes that comment. I didn't realise it was from a film. Okay.
Yep.
What does that stand
for? It does not end well. Why is it the first bit? No.
Okay, I don't know what that means. That's clearly some kind of incel code there. Okay.
Yeah,
that's so hot. White Chad. If you are a white Chad in the West, you are basically a king.
Well.
But if you are a white Chad in Japan, you are a god, and bitches like that will ask you if she's a good offering to the god Chad. He wasn't doing well, though. She was clearly really awkward after...
Yeah.
Like, because first she's saying, am I cute? Am I cute? Am I cute? And then he was misunderstanding her, and then he demanded, am I cute? And she said a little, and then he replied, well, then you're a little cute. That's a gross move to me.
That guy next to her, dude.
And then she mistook something she said as fuck me as well.
Yeah. I think he was trying to twist them words to get it on tape that she would say that nonsense, but yeah. And then I had to cringe. It was awful.
It was horrible.
I keep forgetting the black equivalent for Chad.
They're massively misreading this. Look, feel sorry for her boyfriend, cucked beyond belief. I don't think so.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
It didn't seem like it, but I don't think he was a boyfriend.
No, she was literally just having an awkward conversation with a tourist that wasn't going very well. In the end, the girl was saying sorry, because he was being gross, and she wanted the conversation to end. That's my opinion.
Just because the guy walked off and she was still talking to him does not mean cucked.
No. Okay.
He was clearly talking to a friend, and then he came back.
This is what I'm talking. Yeah, exactly. I think he literally just saw someone he knew.
Sort of cringe.
This is again, and they're all encouraging this misreading now. Oh, the white Chad. He would be a god. Oh wow, cut beyond belief.
Isn't Chad the white equivalent anyway? So it's just like white guy or something.
I guess because it's in Japan, so they have to emphasize. Oh, it's the white Chad. That's very important.
But they just call it Chad same way.
Well, let the cut click in the Chad seduce her. Be right back, flying to Japan now.
Opus 132.
This is
That's a good picture.
Yeah, it's cool. That's a common thing I see on this website as well. They all seem to think Japan is like the promised land of Fanny. They all think.
I used to think that when I was 18. A decade later, I know better.
I never had that idea. I don't know where that comes from. This idea that Japanese women would be more prone to wanting to get laid with you.
Oh no, not that. I really like Japanese women.
There's
Whenever I'm successful.
No, it's fine. No, but I've had another friend who he said, once I get to Japan, I'm just going to unleash and get laid. When he can't really hear. And it's like, well, actually, Japanese people are far more shy than we are, especially with foreigners. What gives this mindset? And I think it's just based on hentai or something of anime.
Yeah.
It's fucking... Oh, because it's also sexualized. Clearly, they're all sexualized. It's like,
clearly, because of the amount of sexual stuff they've got on show, clearly it means they're loose and stuff.
If you're sexual napalm in this country, you're also going to be sexual napalm in Japan, I'm afraid.
But if you're like us, if you're the monsters, then you gotta have a nice personality, I guess, maybe.
That's what it always comes down to.
What the heck is that comment? Frick, she's so cute. Oh,
cute.
Hurts not to have her as my guardian force. Nah, man. Hey.
So this is
what a true.
So they're all just gathering to have a little wank in a circle around her. Okay. Oh god.
Amerimut, you dog.
There's a fair amount of racism on this website as well. Like literally, some of the terms they refer to themselves are racist. Like if you're a curry cell, you can't get laid because you're Indian. You're a curry cell.
Curry cell. What?
Curries, you know, it smells like curries.
Dumb.
It's gross. Yeah.
Might as well call Caucasians Yorkshire cells or something. I don't know.
That'd be hilarious.
Just as stupid.
I can't get laid because I'm from Yorkshire. That'd be amazing. Hey up, kids. I can't get laid because I wear flat caps. I can't do the accent. But want to get Lewis on? He could be our Yorkshire cell. I'm not sure which part of the north he's from. Actually, that's probably a bit rude. Sorry, Lewis, if you're watching.
I wonder if I could have said in Japan.
So this is all.
I'm a tall fag, so maybe. What?
They're all just saying gross things.
Tall?
Okay.
What does that have to do with it?
Let's see. We'll do one more and then we'll actually do some art because this is starting to kill me.
Okay, I can feel Matt's will to live just ebbing away, turning to dust, and just fluttering in the breeze.
Let's try this. Boldness is my kryptonite as a 3.5 out of 10 guy.
What?
Will never let myself go bold. The reaction I would get in public would be suicide-inducing. So he's not bold, he's just terrified of going bold.
I, for one, welcome the boldness. I'd love to
be
bold.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't like my hair. My hair is terrible.
You just shave your head. You don't need it to fall out.
But it tends to grow back quite fast. I just want to be full-on skinhead bald.
That's very unusual. Most men really would choose to have hair.
Nah, my hair is a mess.
Fair enough, Ziggy. I always want you to grow a little fro. I think it would look cool as fuck.
Oh, well, you have yet to see me in plaits back in my secondary school days.
Yeah, plaits, awesome. Yeah, you definitely got to show me photos of that at some point.
I have only one photo of me in those days, thanks to my mom.
Okay.
But I left that home.
Fair enough. Someday. So balding is basically death.
Death! Gotta shout it for some reason.
Sorry, death! If you're a 5 out of 10 or lower, with a full head of hair.
Insufficient looks to handle a fierce blow. So how is balding a bad thing?
I mean, it's not the end of your life. Like I can see some women being put off by that. Some probably shallow women. But I know some women like bald heads. Some women are really into it. So yeah, all this he's doling out the truth though. So if you're a mediocre,
and how would we know if we're something out of 10? Who would judge us?
Well, this guy's really sure he's a 3.5 out of 10. You know, they're all. This is it. They've got these scientific ways to place them in unfuckable land forever.
Is there something on Google that can judge us out of 10? I bet there is.
I mean,
I'll look into that.
Knowing the league you're in is important. You know, if you're an average bloke and you keep chatting up 10s, you know, really astoundingly good-looking girls, then you're probably not going to do very well. But even then, I think you can if you're confident enough. You know?
Yeah. And if you just be true to yourself and don't lie, you know, just be yourself.
Well, no, but I think these people are being themselves at the moment.
No, be your good selves. Don't be
so
your bad selves.
Being themselves isn't the best advice.
No, don't be your toxic self. No, do not be the monsters. There's good in you.
But I think even if you're a little nerdy who's unconfident and awkward, girls go for that. Girls go for their nerdiness.
Do.
The fact they all sat there going like, yeah, so there's just the chads, the big muscly chads that people want.
Whatever black equivalent of chads is.
Yeah, no
Thai rogues.
No, like all of my friends are nerds and they're all in happy relationships and all of their girlfriends swear actually no, I'd sooner fuck a nerd.
Put it this way, I mean, there's this one guy I knew in school, total nerd, the standard ginger, tall glasses, freckled nerd, and now he's married.
Cool.
Happily married. So let that be a lesson.
Good for him. You know.
Exactly. And no one in our school thought he would get married. We thought he'd be the last person to get married. No, he's one of the first.
There you go. So anyway, we got distracted there. So if you're a 5'10" or lower with a full head of hair, insufficient looks to handle a fierce blow such as balding, if your skull format isn't squarish,
Square-ish.
So you need a certain, they call it a format. You need a certain format of skull.
What are we?
If you're round or oval or triangular, you're going to look like an ogre.
Oh, they're trying to get that Shrek reference because Shrek's a bit rounded-headed.
I don't think that actually means specifically Shrek there, Ziggy.
I'm just saying.
Ogres in general. Okay.
You have pale skin.
That contrasts with dark hair. The body doesn't look nearly as bad for men here.
I think we're good, Matt. We're good.
I'm so glad I'm brown. Thank you, mainlander. All three here, balding obliterated my looks. So you're probably an older dude from there, at least in your mid-20s, I'd say. If you
see, super old. Don't worry, guy. I'm in my late 20s. Oh, jeez.
That's not what I mean. I'm sorry, I didn't explain my point very well, Ziggy. What I'm saying is I expected a lot of the people in here to be teenagers.
Oh.
He's coming across like an older person, you see.
Yeah, he was talking about balding. That receding hairline.
Balding is proof there's no high being that designed us.
What? Weakness for skinhead ladies.
I thought it mean you have a weakness for skinhead bitches. I don't know what that means.
Hair is relevant if your eye area and lower third. What is this?
So specific, isn't it?
Eye areas, lower. What is lower?
And what's with the profile picture? Is that
no
this guy?
more slaving.
I don't think if you're on an incel website you'd look like this. So is he? Is he taking a good-looking picture of someone and using it?
Is he talking about his eye area?
If I ever go bald, I will become a wig cell. An incel who wears a wig. And start burning my money at hair systems. It would just make you go from just mildly ugly to a hideous monstrosity.
In which age you will still be incel.
You see what I mean? Nothing's going to change. You're stuck here forever.
You can't even work in peace.
It fucking sucks. I'm done with that. This is dragging me down. I don't need this today. But that's just an insight into that. I just want to do we'll leave that as a separate little video to post somewhere.
Yeah. Us ranting about incels. I feel we should dive deeper at some point.
Maybe we will. Maybe we'll go back. Like I said, I don't want to do that from a disparaging bullying place. No. We definitely don't want to do that. But it's fascinating, and I think it's fascinating because a part of me feels the way they do. A part of me, especially in my single sort of periods that I have, thinks, oh God, this is never going to end. This is because I'm gross and terrible and no one will ever like me. And it kind of reminds me that you don't want to humour that abyss too often, you know?
But the abyss is there, Matt.
It's always there.
It's a shadow. It's just there. Just don't give in to it.
We're all anxious and sad people, you know, underneath the personas we put on. That's part of human nature, I think. Well, that's part of human nature, but if you let it completely dominate your personality and your life, and to that point, you need help, really. I think you do need to talk to someone if you generally feel like that.
Yeah, just talk to a friend.
It's not your fault. You probably had a shitty upbringing, or just something went wrong in your life that caused this, or just you've never been given a proper chance by someone, and that sucks. You know, that sucks. But
as long as you got friends and an interest, then you'll make it through, you know.
Well, I think that's a good place to start. What I didn't realise in my 20s when I felt that way was I wasn't even very good at talking to anyone, let alone girls.
What?
I'm still not really.
But you're good at talking to me, and you're a hit in the workplace.
Well, the thing about you and me, Ziggy, is we're very, 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 very similar. You know, when I first asked you, "Oh, what are you into, Zig?" and you went, "I've got a DeviantArt," and I was like, "Oh my God, we're best friends now."
Well, at least you didn't assume the worst about me. It's like, "Oh, this guy listens to hip hop. He's in a gang.
I'm not going to lie, I did. At first I thought he was going to say, yeah, I DJ at local things or something. But no, you were like, oh, Diva, oh, fucking hell, you're a nerd, great, you know. So that's why we get on. I get on well at work because I've been there for a long time, and I feel comfortable and secure, and I know enough.
I see him strutting along the workplace, just doing the finger guns.
The only person I do that for is you, because you like it for some reason. But no, in general, I'm still quite a shy person. And it's more been rather than me overcompensating and trying to pretend to be an extroverted person, which was what I did for a few years.
I could never do that.
Well, it wasn't good. It was negative. It was a negative in the end. What I've had to do is just accept my shyness and be okay with that, and that's opened a lot of doors for me. I recommend that. Trying to be more at ease with yourself and improve yourself a bit as well. Maybe go in the gym, do a bit of exercise. Incels will hate to hear this because
this
is
me. Gym, yeah.
Be more confident. It does sound condescending and shitty, but that's good advice.
Just be positive.
Don't stew in your room staring at websites and wanking. There's other things to be doing.
You can jerk off, just not in the seclusion of your room.
What?
Out in public, in
what?
the park, anywhere and everywhere.
That's one type of advice.
In the shops.
I obviously still do nerdy things. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't completely change yourself, but
Yeah, don't let them change you.
Basic things. Are you drinking enough water? Are you eating enough food? Are you showering once a day? Are you getting 8 hours sleep? Do you talk to a friend once a weekend? If you're not doing these things, tick these boxes first and see how you feel.
So you should write a book, Matt.
Called Really Basic Self-Help. And yes,
could sell like hotcakes, Matt.
Put it alongside the 5 million others
exactly.
in the world. Yeah.
Really basic self-help.
Well, clearly some people aren't getting that advice, sadly. That's why I think they end up in that kind of mindset on that sort of website, sadly. Definitely, don't stare into that abyss for too much. It's not...
It never helps.
It's only going to make you worse.
Maybe once in a while, but don't spend too long in it.
Sadness is necessary, but if it's all you feel and all you think about, you probably have a problem.
Exactly.
You need to talk to someone. And that's cool. No shame in that.
Exactly.
We'll leave that one there. Anything else to say, Ziggy?
I am now starting to learn about this incels. I wonder how far this rabbit hole goes. And is there a white pill? If there's a black pill, is there a white pill?
Well, that implies a piece of positivity and healthy thinking and social habits, so I don't think that exists.
It probably does,
I don't think so, but no. This is a white pill, let's say. Maybe. I hope so. I hope this was vaguely interesting. We're trying a bit of an experiment just to see what other videos we can pump out. And maybe we'll take another dip into it.
Exactly.
So it's interesting. Even if wince-inducing.
That video though.
Oh man. Oh god.
Do a better job. Anyway.
I almost forgot about that. Thinking about it again is making me cringe all over again. Both at the video itself and the reactions below. It's all bad. Everything about it is bad.
If we were made of paper, we need to just scrunch ourselves up. It's that cringe.
Yeah, man. All right, we'll leave it there. We'll stop there. We'll do a bit of art and then we'll play a bit of Final Fantasy later.
Woo!
All right.
Beating the brothers.
See you a bit. Bye.
Bye.